E aí galerinha, Caulobo na área, trazendo pra vocês aí o quarto episódio da nossa série, a série da vez e a série do vampiro de vocês. Eita caramba. Toma bebê, vai. É isso. Eita. Começou frenética aqui, o cara saiu do nada. Vem bebê, vem. É isso. Vem. Toma, Zé. Haha. Tomou. É isso, o jogo tá em português, é no PS5, tá? A gente tá dando continuidade aqui no necrotério. A gente pegou a chave para acessar o porão do necrotério, não é isso?
Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Pegamos aí o tártaro ferroso aqui. Tem mais coisa aqui, hein? Não. A gente veio daqui, a gente veio de baixo, certo? De baixo. Vamos subir, ver o que tem. Tem nada aqui. Eu acho que com certeza essas portas estão fechadas. Não dá nem acesso a mexer. Pegar uma amostra de sangue, fardo aguado. Fardo aguado. Tá bom, então a gente vai ter que ir lá pro subsolo mesmo, galera. Onde eu tava com receio de que a gente tivesse que ir. Eita caramba! Tinha um cara aqui, hein? Tinha um cara nervoso aqui, hein, meu irmão. Qual a ideia? Eita caramba. Ó, o Skull. Os dois não são resistentes a fogo. E aquele ali, qual a ideia? Aquele ali, o que é aquilo? Esse cara aqui é meu level. Vamos tentar pegar ele.
Skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Tomou, bebê, é isso. Vai. Tomou, bebê. Balas. Cartucho de espingarda. Ali eu creio que esteja fechado. Certo. Vamos pegar esse cara aqui na surdina. Pegamos. Calma, bebê, vem. Calma, bebê. Calma. Calma. O que houve? Tomou, né? Fique tranquilo, bebê. Tem outro lá, ó. Vamos dar uma olhada aqui. Ver se a gente acha aí nossos itens. Shellings. Pegamos, vou chamar de real. 3 real. Acho que nós pegou. O que é isso aqui? Quinina e tártaro ferroso. Alguma treta ali. Aqui não tem nada. Tem um corpo estranho ali, né? Cara, fizeram experimento com esse cara, meu irmão. Escritório médico. Uma investigação de cidadão. Escritório de médicos, Hospital Pembroke. É o Samuel Connor, né? Caucasiano, masculino, 39 anos, desconhecido, endereço. Profissão, ele era pescador. Morte natural. Ele teve uma pneumonia aí. de progressão rápida é causada por consolidação pulmonar de origem viral, gripe espanhola. Então não foi morte natural, né? Tá.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this. It's locked.
Tá trancado.
It's locked.
Opa, que isso aqui? Faca Liston usada. Absorção de sangue. Você adquiriu um novo tipo de arma de mão oposta. Equipe com triângulo para absorver sangue diretamente.
All right.
Ó, maneiro, hein? Cadê? Aqui, ó. Faca Liston usada. Absorção de sangue 3. Interessante. Vamos tentar. Mas se absorver só 3 de sangue vai ser muito ruim. Não dá nada. Tem coisas aqui, ó. Certo. Aqui não tem nada, aqui também não. Tem um cara aqui, ó. Uma coisa ali que eu não vi o que que era. E aqui é o cara, né? É o cara. Vamos tentar pegar ele na surdina. É isso, bebê. Bem dormido, bem dormido. Vai, bebê. Caiu. Ah tá, o bagulho ali é da porta, né? Tá, show de bola. A porta podia ficar aberta, né? Seria mais legal. Vamos lá, acho que o último ingrediente tá aqui. Vai ter treta aqui, hein? Eita caramba, qual a ideia? Toma, bebê, vai. O maluco é brabo, hein? Toma, bebê, vai. Socorro. Tomou, mano. Quase fui de ralo.
These skulls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Esse cara aqui era mais forte, hein? Ó, tem treta aqui, ó, pra gente pegar.
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Agora eu já posso fabricar o tratamento pra fadiga, ó. E ajudar alguns amiguinhos. Vamos ver qual é a ideia. Tem nada, né? Nada aqui. Tem que levar o medicamento agora pra Dorothy Crane, né? Estranho. Não, estranho não, tá certo. Eu ia falar, minha barra de estamina não normalizou. Mas normalizou sim. É a barra de sangue que tá vazia. Eu tenho que tomar cuidado pra ver se não vem nenhum cara aqui no armadilha me pegar, meu irmão. Senão vai dar muito ruim. Ó, viu? Tô recuperando sangue. Bem que eu não gostei dessa arma, não. Vamos botar a pistola mesmo? Melhor a mordida. É isso. Vamos. O que é isso aqui? Uma bolsa, ó. Tártaro ferroso. Quinina e tártaro ferroso. Vamos lá, vamos voltar. Tomando cuidado, todo o cuidado do mundo. Pra não bater de frente aí com a galerinha. Eu não lembro se a Dorothy é a enfermeira Dorothy ou se é o nome da mãe daquele garoto. Mas acho que é enfermeira sim. Ela deve dar pro doutor esse remédio aí. Hospital Pembroke. Vamos lá. Tá. Vamos ver. Thelma Holdcroft. Thomas Wellwood. Tinha uma que ficava ali, né? Esse aqui é desconhecido. Eu acho que é a mãe do garoto mesmo, cara. Não, ela é a Beatriz. Dorothy Crane. É a enfermeira aqui, ó. Ah, foi a enfermeira que me pediu, né? Pô, dei mole.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Tá bom. Doença. Doenças reduzem a quantidade do sangue de um cidadão. Trate-as com um remédio adequado. Fale com o paciente no quarto atrás de Dorothy e verifique o quadro clínico dele. Esse cara aqui, ó. Ele tá com fadiga, ó. Fale com Edwardson.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Aperte
Do you need any
R1.
help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
Vamos dar o
You are
remédio.
not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Do you need any help?
Thank you, Dr. Reed, but you've done enough already. The rest is up to me now.
Maneiro. Ele é 2, né? Sem perda de sangue. Tá em recuperação. Muito bom. Esse cara aqui é mente 6, filho. O cara mais brabo que tem por enquanto de mentes. Mente é muito
I have
forte.
to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Don't waste your time with me.
Calma, bebê, que isso? Tá desiludido da vida assim?
Sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
Tá tão desiludido. Tentação do sangue. Lembre-se, o sangue dos cidadãos concede um grande bônus de XP. Procure por cidadãos do seu mesmo nível de enfeitiçar ou inferior. Escolha com cuidado. Não, eu não vou me alimentar de ninguém, não. Eu acho que o escritório desse cara é lá em cima, né, não? Não é aqui o escritório dele? Deixa eu ver. É o Swansea aqui, ó, Dr. Swansea.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Doideira.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
Não precisa se
There's no
desculpar,
need to
não.
apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Lady Ashbury. Tem alguma coisa pra eu roubar aqui do teu escritório? Tem, né? Sempre tem. Carta de aviso, vamos ver. Ó, Strickland. Posso trocar ideia com ele agora. maluco nem viu que eu roubei ele, tá bom. Melhor assim. Acho que a moça tá lá fora, né? Caraca, esse sangue ali pequeno ali tá me arrebentando, mano. Eu tenho que falar com o Stallford também. Deixa eu ver se eu acho ele. Pipa. Thomas Wood. Dr. Wiley Walcoford. Pipa. Rakesh. Ali o Dr. Charles Strickland. Dorothy Crane. Tem um desconhecido ali, é a benfeitora, né? Milton. Estão lá fora. Mas cadê os Strawford? Aqui, ó. Tá me enganando, doutor?
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Have you heard any talk of blackmail going on in the hospital?
If you're running some official inquiry, you had better question the patients. They know more than the staff, especially old Miss Jones.
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
Interessante.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Vamos falar com ele? Acho que ele tá aqui, não tá? Tá ali ele, ó.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard about any blackmail going on in this hospital?
Blackmail? Nonsense.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Dr. Reed, may I help you?
What can you tell me about the epidemic, Nurse Crane? I've been out of touch since I've come back to England.
Everyday folk don't know how bad it is. The papers certainly won't tell them. Not as long as the war is raging on, anyway.
News on the front stated that the Spanish flu was under control, at least in Britain.
It seemed to be for a while, but that was only last summer. It returned with a vengeance just over a month ago.
Interessante.
What can you tell me about our patients here at Pembroke?
This hospital was founded to help the East End poor and needy. But since the war and the quarantine, we've had all manner of folk.
Can you be more specific?
Well, veterans, the elderly, dock workers. We even have a few mental patients. If there's space, we take them.
Well, Dr. Swansea certainly has confidence in your abilities. Are you in charge of the nursing staff?
Not in an official capacity, but the Pembroke doesn't always work above board, so to speak.
What about medical protocols?
Dr. Reed, we don't have the money and resources here at the Pembroke like they do in the West End. We do what we can.
How is the duty roster organized?
Everybody works until they can't. If there's time, they'll eat a meal and shed a silent tear.
Interessante.
For how long have you been working here, Nurse Crane?
I first volunteered at the Pembroke in 1911, a few months after Dr. Swansea was appointed.
And before you arrived here?
If you must know, this was my first job.
I'll see you later, Nurse Crane.
Ver se eu consigo sair por aqui, galera. Aquele camarada ali. Acho que eu consigo, hein.
If only there were more of us, with less resignation and more determination.
I know I can count on you. I wish I could say the same for the others.
You look exhausted. You're pushing yourself too hard. You don't have to bear the burdens of this hospital alone.
Você tá chamando ele na chincha.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
I have no time for such triviality, my dear colleague. We're here to save lives.
Tem nada, né? Então valeu,
Goodbye,
doutor.
Dr. Tibbets.
Deixa eu falar com a doutorinha aqui.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Não.
Goodbye, Nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, Your Ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
Então o cara tá no hospital.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Muito obrigado, senhorita. A Harriet deve ser aquela mulher que tá trancada no quarto, que a gente não conseguia falar com ela ainda. Ela é a maior fofoqueira do hospital. E eu não encontrei ninguém que tivesse esse senso de fofoca. É essa mulher aqui, ó. Com certeza.
At least that mistress of the top has stopped following me.
Ó a Dama das Trevas aí.
But the suffering continues.
The pain.
Ah, viu? A porta abriu. Fale comigo, senhorinha.
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
Calma aí,
If
vou
I knew no
perguntar.
better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Interessante. Tá, eu tenho que ir atrás das enfermeiras.
Staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Deve ter alguma aqui fora, sempre fica uma de plantão aqui fora. Achei uma. Tá bom, vamos abordar ela logo antes que ela suma.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Nada de novo.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Obrigado, tá, doutora? O Milton tá lá. Doutor Edgar. A pipa está aqui, ó. Peguei ela. A Dorothy Crane tava lá na esquerda.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with...
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Adeus, doutora. Aquele ali é o doutor, né? Doutor Crocópio. Ela geralmente fica aqui. Cadê a doutora Crane? Tem gente desconhecida ali, ó. Ela aqui? Não, é a Pipa. É porque ela também usa Essa roupinha meio cinza, né? Harriet Jones. Lady Ashbrook. Desconhecido. Quem é esse aqui? Ela não vai deixar eu falar com ele, né? Ela pode estar lá em cima também. Ela fica muito lá em cima, verdade. Eu dei mole. Ela fica muito aqui em cima. Enfermeira Dorothy. Pipa. Thomas. Cara, ainda não tô vendo ela. Tá muito estranho isso.
I cannot enter.
Fechado. Será que ela tá aqui pra fora? Foi pegar um ala no quintal? Vamos ver. Isso. Não vai subir pra nada aqui, né? Tá. Onde que será que essa mulher se meteu, cara? Caraca, ela não tava no hospital, cara. Ela saiu pra dar rolê. Olha o Clay aqui, ó.
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed, still working at night, I see. I like that.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in the hospital?
Blackmail? That's not my style. Too risky. A black market, though. Now that's where the money is.
Do you ever think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. Still fucking hurts. Boss had cut me good.
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favor.
You're a monster, Mr. Cox. An ungrateful and disgusting man.
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
That man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I met him, he nearly shit himself. Fucking coward. I guess revenge gives you balls.
Eu poderia matar ele, né? Enfeitiçar ele e matar
How is your
ele.
hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. As long as I'm treated all right, I'll be fine.
What's wrong with the Pembroke staff?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other smart comments?
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
What's wrong with the hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reed. The place is a dump. Smelly, sad, and dirty.
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication of the staff here, aren't you?
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time, I'm sure.
Bacaninha.
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
The police may be slow, but they will find you eventually.
Well, how come you didn't turn me in then? Nah, Doc, I figure you have something to hide so you can't ask the coppers for help.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
I've never seen so many people die at the same time.
Carta amassado. Eu peguei a carta do Clay, né?
Hey, Doc.
What can you tell me about your marriage, Clay?
Marriage is the sweetest cage, they say. Well, I found myself locked in one with a wild animal.
You mean your wife keeps you on your toes?
No, I mean, we both have claws and we both love to bite.
Am I right to assume your wife's letter pissed you off, Clay?
I was so mad, I threw away the knife she got me when we got married.
Your wife gave you a knife as a wedding present.
That knife has always been my lucky charm. If I'd had it in my hand when I got stabbed on that pier, I'd not have been wounded.
Legal.
Do you want it back?
I don't need it here, but if you'd be kind enough to bring it to me, I'd be really grateful.
A grateful Clay Cox? I might just find your knife and bring it back to you to see that happen.
I can give you directions, but I'd be surprised if you managed to find it. My hideout isn't meant to be found easily.
A lucky charm. I never would have taken you as the superstitious type.
We all have our flaws, Doc. Mine's to have my weapon of choice for when the really dirty business comes around.
Bacana.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Jesus, I've never seen so many people die at the same time.
Cara, cadê essa moça, cara? Quem é esse cara aqui?
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water. Fucking rats. Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend. What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Oswald's best friend. We served in the same regiment, sir. We've taken care of each other since we came back from the front.
This is a dangerous part of town. What are you doing here?
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital. We both need help. Treatment, I mean. To get some sleep. Just need to feel better, sir.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Oswald Thatcher. We survived the war together.
Eu falou isso 3 vezes, cara.
Oswald is nervous and quite fragile since we came back from the war.
Ih, vocês são um casal, né, meu
Where
irmão?
was your friend the last time you saw him?
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think he went to the sewers on purpose. So I couldn't go after him.
I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Cara, as duas enfermeiras estão aqui. Será que a outra tá de folga, mano? A Riacho tá ali. O doutor tá aqui.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard rumors of underhand dealings in the hospital?
If you want to know what's going on here, you better talk to Miss Jones. She knows everything. Especially what she shouldn't.
Valeu, bebê.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
The pain.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft.
There again.
How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Have you heard of any blackmailing going on within these walls?
I have no time for mortal games. My secrets are beyond their comprehension, Dr. Reed.
Tá bom.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
Fala com a senhorinha aqui de novo.
Someone's poached my blanket. Oh, the cold will be my death.
Não dá. Caraca, a mulher sumiu, mano. Ó, o doutor tá aqui. Eles ali estão conversando.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Have you heard rumors about blackmail in this hospital?
No.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Tá bem.
Have you heard rumors of blackmail going on in this hospital?
Dr. Reed, are you trying to take advantage of me?
Of course not, Mrs. Goswick. I'm just curious.
Well, go be curious somewhere else, please.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
You always need words to calm the children, Ellen.
Caraca, tá difícil de achar essa doutora, hein, meu irmão. Ela tá lá na ponta do hospital. Vamos ver se eu consigo chegar lá nela. De novo. É isso, né? Não, senhor. Não, não, que isso? Que isso, filho? Tá lá fora. O que é isso aqui? E o cara aqui embaixo, ela pode estar aqui pra baixo aqui, ó.
You can't just die like this.
Opa. É a Doris?
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Interessante, hein? Ela foi embora. Então é isso aí, galerinha. Se gostou, deixa o like, se inscreve no canal, compartilha com os amigos, comenta alguma coisa bacana e ativa o sininho para não perder a notificação dos próximos episódios. Vou finalizando esse episódio por aqui. Valeu e fui!